Over the last year and a half, there's been over $500 million directed into NeoCity. So this is all about establishing a new industry here around semiconductors. And this grant, this is 10 years, $160 million to further advance this industry cluster. This NSF grant kind of stands on its own in addition to the Build Back Better grant that we received that was $50 million. That's for like infrastructure and what actually goes into the tools and equipment for semiconductor manufacturing. There's also been state investment, both from an infrastructure standpoint, from road access. There's been utility investment. There's also been state investment in workforce development and higher education, so that we're providing degrees and training programs and advanced skill kind of short-term training programs to get people into this industry. So it's a really comprehensive approach. So there's obviously been a lot of national debate about the importance of reshoring, both just from a national security standpoint of making our own chips and being in control of the supply of those chips. We all remember like during the pandemic when cars weren't available because the chips weren't being manufactured. We weren't in control of that. That's just one example, but there's a lot of military examples. And so yeah, this is like our strategy to get a piece of that here in Central Florida. So as this huge national investment's made, we're obviously seeing $500 million in the last year and a half invested right here to build this industry in Central Florida. This whole project started, in Osceola County, with a vision to really transform that community. They had the lowest wages in the entire state at one point, and now we're introducing this industry that has plenty of high wage jobs. But the nice thing is, all the way from sort of a GED or advanced skills training program all the way through a PhD are needed for an industry like this to thrive. So that's, depending where people are, there's an entry point